If you think understanding money is about math, you've already lost. Because money isn't numbers. Money is psychology. And here's the uncomfortable truth most Americans never hear. The fact that schools never taught you how money really works. That wasn't a mistake. That was design. Let me paint a picture. If you graduate high school in the United States, you can solve algebra equations. You know the Pythagorean theorem. You memorized historical dates, chemical formulas, and scientific laws. But nobody taught you how compound interest actually works. Nobody explained credit scores. Nobody warned you why you keep buying things you don't need with money you don't have. You learned photosynthesis, but not how debt grows. You studied history, but not how wealth is built. Welcome to financial illiteracy in America. Schools say there's no room in the curriculum. They blame standardized testing, budget, limit, lack of trained teachers. Sounds reasonable until you look at the data. Only about 25% of U.S. high school students are guaranteed to take a personal finance course. That means 3 out of 4 American students graduate with zero structured financial education. And here's where it gets uncomfortable. Schools with mostly Black or Hispanic students are half as likely to offer financial education. Schools where most students qualify for free lunch, only about 5% receive any meaningful financial literacy training. Meanwhile, wealthy districts offer personal finance classes, stock market clubs, entrepreneurship programs. This gap is not random. The students who need financial education the most are the ones least likely to get it. Why? Because when you don't understand money, someone else profits from your confusion. This system isn't broken. It's working exactly as designed. Here's the part schools never teach. Money is not rational. Money is emotional. Behavioral finance proves that humans are wired to make terrible financial decisions. We fear loss more than we love gains. Losing $100 hurts twice as much as gaining $100 feels good. So we hold on to bad investments. We refuse to admit mistakes. We follow crowds instead of logic. If everyone is buying crypto at the top, we buy. If everyone panic sells, we sell. That's not stupidity. That's biology. Fear, greed, envy, FOMO. And the American financial system knows this better than you do. Let me show you how they use it. You walk into a store. A sign says, 70% OFF. Today only. Your brain releases dopamine, urgency, scarcity. You didn't plan to buy it. You don't even need it. But you buy it anyway. That wasn't an accident. That was psychology. Credit card companies do the same thing. They offer cashback rewards, huge credit limits, build your credit promises. Sounds great, but they know people with higher limits spend 30% more. And if you carry a balance, which almost half of Americans do, you're paying 20 to 25% interest, while earning 1 to 2% cashback. You're losing money and feeling rewarded for it. Investment apps are even worse. Confetti animations, push notifications, green numbers flashing. They turned investing into a casino. 90% of day traders lose money, but the app never shows you that. Why would it? They profit from your trades, whether you win or lose. Every notification, every color, every limited time offer, designed to bypass logic and trigger emotion. And nobody ever taught you how to defend yourself, because an unaware customer is a profitable customer. Now, let's talk about how this destroys lives. Slowly, you're 18. A credit card offer arrives. No interest for 12 months. No one explains. Minimum payments are a trap. Within a year, you're drowning in debt. You weren't irresponsible. You were uneducated. You're 25. Your coworker buys a new car. Suddenly, your reliable car feels embarrassing. Social comparison kicks in. You finance a $40,000 car on a 7-year loan. You'll pay over $50,000 for something that loses value every year, but emotionally, it feels necessary. Year 30. A friend makes money on a hot stock. FOMO hits. You invest at the top. The market crashes. Logic says sell. Loss aversion says hold. So you hold and lose more. Each decision felt small. Together, they became a financial prison, and the industry loves it. Here's the realization that changes everything. Money was never about intelligence. It was about awareness. Buy now, pay later. That's present bias. Free trial. Cancel anytime. That's inertia. Limited stock remaining. That's artificial scarcity. These aren't coincidences. They're profit strategies. Research shows just one semester of financial education can reduce credit card debt by 30%. But widespread education would make people harder to exploit. And that's bad for business. So what do you do? First, recognize your biases. If you feel FOMO, stop. If you feel fear, pause. Second, separate emotion from action. For any purchase over $50, wait 24 hours. Ask, am I buying this because I need it? Or because I feel something? Third, automate logic. Automatic savings. Automatic investing. Remove emotion completely. You can't emotionally sabotage decisions you've already automated. The system didn't prepare you, but awareness is free. Once you see the game, you can't unsee it. You stop being the product. You start being the player. Money is psychology. And now you know.
If this video opened your eyes, hit subscribe. We're breaking down the money systems and psychology they never taught you in school. Drop a comment. What's one money mistake you now realize was emotional, not logical? I'll see you in the next video.